So, I've decided to keep a log of my experience with Tekken 8 as a newbie to the franchise. I will admit that by default I will not get every term right, nor will I be able to estimate what was fact versus my opinion in most cases where I get intensely analytical.
Hey guys, I found a way to kickstart my day with a boost of focus and creativity in liquid form. And no, it's not coffee. I started using Magic Mind, the first mental performance shot, and some of its ingredients are nootropics, adaptogens, and matcha, but that's really just for flavor. It's been designed to elevate your energy, decrease stress, and amplify your concentration. However, I mostly use it as a coffee substitute in the morning. Call me old-fashioned. If you are interested in giving it a shot, you can order some from magicmind.com.
Day 1. As with any newcomer, the first challenge may be the hardest, choosing the primary character that I will be devoting the most time to, as the cast is vast, to say the least. The decision seemed fairly easy for me though. I chose Victor, until I saw Reina! Harada King makes good choices. So I decided he would be my secondary character that I played. These decisions were not made based on anyone's leg to thigh ratio, I just want to point that out. Day 2 of completing 4 hours of combinations of practice mode and tutorials, I decided that I would do 10 days with Reina, 10 days with Victor, and occasionally engage in rank mode. I also found time to use learning AI battle and quest mode to increase my understanding of both who I play and how I play. However, please note the 30 days of Tekken only will feature information about Reina. So sorry Victor fans. On day 3, I had completed many battles within the quest mode and have learned that Reina's stances seem to easily be mistaken by opponents for strikes being whiffed. I use this advantageous frequently. However, the CPU is not as easily fooled. It seems Reina's abilities to attack with low kick is nothing short of a rarity due to her stance alterations being routed to her left or right kick button. Unfortunately, I've forgotten which kick button triggers stances as I have altered my base controls and style and do not use a one-to-one of the default controller layout for pads. That's right, I am not a keyboard warrior. I regret nothing. On day 4, I purposely chose to both complete her in-game combo challenge as well as attempt to at least gain 2 promotions in online rank mode. The true depth of her style cannot be properly assessed in her combat trials in-game. However, they do provide great insight into easy to start combos, but seem almost lacking in detail. Is this a good choice, like design-wise? In regards to rank play, my lack of character knowledge and my enemy's lack of character knowledge as she is the newest member of the Mishima bloodline has been working in my favor, but still leans more into my favor until my enemies realize I have not learned to properly deal with any of my opponents who obsessively turtle or obsessively who play aggressively, as if this was a beat 'em up game. My success ratio is almost nearing 40% completion, or 40% success rate I should say. Losing is a good teacher sometimes. It has and will not discourage me from continuing. Day 5. I have decided to give my hands a slight rest by watching combo videos specifically that feature expository information as well as on-screen guides and execution. I have decided to take a relaxed approach to training today and have spent game currency on cosmetic items for Reina. It also helps that I have the day off, not gonna lie. Day 6 heavily invested time into watching commentary combat footage from players on YouTube maining Reina. Logged 4 hours into training mode and 2 into online character opinions and research from professional players. Day 7 began running drills where I execute or watch at least 30 moves from the move list or alternatively redo Reina trials as quickly and calmly as possible. The purpose is to improve my retention of what techniques Reina has and is capable of, and gauging optimal usage situations. Day 8 real world opponent practice. Nearing the end of arcade quest and have decided to go back and defeat every person in every arcade instead of minimum requirement opponents to unlock the next area. Decided after some irregular match results to practice punishing and avoiding getting punished after certain signature moves. Day 17. Have completed arcade quest up to 99% as Reina. Day 18. However, due to wanting to continue to learn as an eternal student, I have discovered that returning to Ghost Battle Arcade now has the Ghost Battle of Harada King and a member of the development team. I defeated them both this day. Day 19, I have now decided to attempt casual and ranked matches as Reina more consistently. Played ranked and casual matches. Win ratio has doubled. It went from 15 to 30%. Day 21, watch Reina related guides and streams on YouTube and occasionally try to emulate combos. Day 22, have gone back to training my AI to learn my own weaknesses, as well as 40 minutes of drills and training in training mode. Day 23. Input only practice and ghost battles only today. Learning how to time her stances that parry and trying to memorize which combos on the list end with the ability to go into a stance. Have now doubled input accuracy for Reina stances and technical moves. Looking at you, electric wind god bullshits. Day 24. Delayed on updating log. However, kept written notes, so we'll insert them where applicable. Spent 3 hours training with the like-minded Reina players online. Day 25. Had a serious playtest with underutilized move recognition. I went into the combo list in practice mode. I specifically went down a list until I saw things that I know I haven't utilized or someone hasn't utilized against me. Day 26. Discovered 3 moves in one stance that seems hard for beginners and advanced players to discern in combat fast enough to react to. We'll begin to utilize this move more frequently, if not master. Day 27. Day off, hardcore practice for 5 hours, not in a row, took breaks where necessary. Day 28. Fought AI several times until it learned enough to be considered a threat to me as a player. We'll continue to do so as well as practice quick launchers against AI self in case I become a rusty. Day 29. We'll consider watching character fights against opponents I have yet to face to increase odds of winning when I inevitably return to online mode. Day 30. We'll begin learning either Victor or Lars next. We'll not keep a log, however. We'll also begin creating the follow-up to my Tekken 8 and accessibility video, which, well, this is. But, let me just tell you how I feel in closing. So to summarize, Reina is a character much like her outfit who is born in between 2 design philosophies. Those being the attractiveness of the cool character that people will choose to play over many, whilst also being a complex character to the point of potentially deterring newcomers from utilizing her. Reina also has traditional moves and skills that are intrinsically connected to the Mishima bloodline that may offer seasoned Tekken players some familiarity, allowing for enhanced initial performance in combat due to these signature techniques being memorized by older players. Essentially, without trying, Reina has mastered new player appeal as well as old player appeal, in spite of her irregularly high minimum skill level needed to truly become proficient with her. Because of this, players should consider having her as a secondary more than a primary, with the sole exception being newcomers who may have an easier time registering her hard stances, skills, and movements to memory as they have no default bread and butter skills they can apply to her as she is completely new. One can only hope she is in the next Super Smash Bros. Game. Yeah, I said it.
Don't ask me horse shit.
Tifa for Tekken, or really just any fighting game. Now with all that being said, I want to give a little bit of a hat tilt or slow clap for the current developer and director of Tekken as well as the producer Harada King for doing what I thought was essentially impossible. Now I'm sure stereotypical comments and confirmation bias on the internet has led many people to believe that Tekken is the most technical fighting game there ever was, blah blah blah. I've never had a genuine interest in Tekken. Yes, I've acknowledged it. I thought some characters were staggeringly cool, but honestly, there was nothing it was doing that I couldn't get from some other place in a format that I preferred. Although I am a little bit more than unlikely not going to be returning to Dead or Alive due to their obsessive disturbance with the female form, it did do a lot of things right when you get to Dead or Alive 5. Fuck 6. 6 is a piece of shit. Virtual Fighter has always had a special place in my heart and in the subconscious of the fighting game world. Almost every single 3D fighting game utilizes something from Sega that came from Virtual Fighter. Look it up. It was a very functional and foundational and fundamental game in the world of 3D fighters, and I respect it and I actually enjoyed it. In fact, I feel like the first iteration of Virtual Fighter 5 was one of the best ones because they had a mode similar to what Tekken just now implemented, which was the, World Warrior or Arcade Warrior, where you fought players' AIs based on whatever character they like to play the most. It was really fun, it was really cool, and you could even get unlockables for cosmetics and whatnot. I enjoyed it. I honestly think I played that mode more than ranked mode or casual mode and with my friends combined. I feel like it's almost harder to get people into Virtua Fighter 5 because the community it's been so divested until fairly recently. Yes, we know Virtua Fighter 6 is coming, it's not even a secret. Honestly, I'm glad that Tekken is having its little renaissance and resurgence. To me, it's doing what Street Fighter pretends that it knows how to do, which is basically turn the whole world into fighters with the World Warriors. When Tekken gets a new character from a different country and different ethnicity, 9 times out of 10, they get someone who speaks the language. Damn near, 40, 50 times I get a new Street Fighter character, they're based off of some lore relating to some other character, or quite literally, they're a generic character who would be generic for an American fucking fighting game. Why is it that fighting games coming out of Japan, or at least when Capcom makes a fighting game, they have more representatives that are fucking Caucasian? The smallest minority, if not one of the smallest minorities in the entire fucking planet, contrary to popular belief. But I go over to Tekken, which primarily features a story about, well, a fighting tournament, and they got so much beautiful representation. Doesn't necessarily mean everybody's a good guy or a bad guy, it's just, oh, we got someone who's South American and they speak Spanish. Okay, boom, let's go get someone who actually does it. They got somebody from a Middle Eastern country. I believe the dude Shaheen is from the Emirates, or he's Arabic. What did they do? They got someone who speaks the language. They got a guy from France. They got someone who speaks the language. Man, it just feels so nice to see them get the respect that they deserve. But at the same time, they've always been restrictive, at least if you don't count the tag tournament games, which again, I haven't played those either. So I honestly am glad that Tekken is having the renaissance they deserve. Harada stated that they spent most of the game's budget on story mode, but let's be honest, if you got everything down packed already for your fighting modes, then obviously that's where you should next divest money. And they even brought back some mini games. So I think I'm going to be actually playing this game almost through its entire lifespan, or at least I'm going to be playing it till I get bored with Reina and Victor, and I haven't even started on Victor yet. So yeah, for those of you new people who are interested in trying out a fighting game or trying out Tekken in particular, now is literally the best time for you to do it. And hopefully, you know, maybe Harada will see this video one day. Hey, I always enjoy watching your Harada's bar stuff, even though I don't play the games. I like seeing the mind of a developer as someone who's, you know, partially involved with the production of a game's demo currently. I think it's really cool that you're one of the few people in the entire history of the video game industry who can just go up to people, say, hey, listen, let me come talk to you, let me interview you about development, without it seeming like journalistic promotion of a title. And, you know, I don't know if or when you retire, but I hope you leave behind an apprentice and a legacy that people will respect. I know you didn't create Tekken, but obviously it blossomed under your tutelage. And who knows, maybe I'll actually pick up Tekken 9. Probably not though.